Hello. I have 3 products here. I did individual demonstrations for each of them, linked here or here. I never remember. We have the Amazon Basics wireless guitar system. We have the WS Blackwing digital wireless system from Swift Audio over there. And then we have the Newbie WJ21 guitar wireless system over there. For more details about those, just check out those links. Amazon Basics has the Amazon Basics box. It's just like that. Amazon copies all the better features and then makes it cheaper. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. So just comparing these, I'll see what features we like and what features we don't like. So I'm just going to open up all these boxes. Here's our transmitter and receiver. We're going to match them up. We got receiver and transmitter. These are handily stated by the big words on the front. These have the battery indicator on the front, and these are also used for channels. So this one has what the others do not, which I do like, which is the channel button here. So if we turn it on using the on button here, the switch, we'll flick that on, it shows the battery, but we can also switch the channel. So we can have multiple of these all plugged in on different channels, which is great. It also has this rubber pad on the back in case we're kind of up against anything, but that hasn't happened yet. It does use micro USB, which isn't great. Now, when we open this one up, you'll see that this has USB-C, which is a lot better, charges faster, etc. Otherwise, this feels pretty solid. We're going to compare it to the others. This rotates around like that. This doesn't rotate all the way around like the Swift Audio one, so we'll see that in a second. So let's take all of them out. I'm going to put this over here. Next is the Swift Audio. So this just goes up like that. We have some paperwork in there. Okay. Then we have the transmitter and receiver. And then the only other thing in the box is the micro USB double charger. Same that comes with the Amazon Basics. It's a charger, it's a single to double. I can just show you what it looks like. Essentially, the Amazon one and the Swift use this, which is one USB and then 2 micro USBs, so you can charge them at the same time. All right, put that back and put it back in the box. We want to be nice and tidy. No trash all over the place, like usual. Okay, these look to be a bit bigger and longer than the Amazon Basics one. They're also a lot shinier, which I don't really like. It just makes them all the more apparent and they stick out. It also has this green, which some people might like, others might not. I don't really like it because I want my transmitters and receivers to be understated. I really don't want people or me to be seeing them. I just want to be out of the way. But it is a nice design element, I guess. Green. All right, let's put that one back. So this has the transmitter symbol here. The other one has a receiver symbol. It also has the word that shows the battery here. It only has one button on the back, and when you hold it, turns on, and it shows the battery level there. And I can just hold it there, and it looks like if we can connect it just by holding that other button, looks like they're connected. All right, so let's open up the last box, and then we'll compare them all by doing some quick testing. This is the WJ21. So opening this box up. Now this one has a bit more packaging going on. And one thing I really like about this one is, besides for all the extra paperwork, is that it comes with a case. We can carry everything at once. Look at that, it's a nice case too, pretty sturdy. It also comes with this little baggie, which says gift. Comes with some guitar picks, if you ever need any extra to throw on the pile. So Newbie case there, pretty sturdy. Opening this up, we have the transmitter and receiver, which you can barely even see. It does have some shininess on the front, so this has a combo of matte and reflective. And then on the top pocket here, we have our single USB to double USB-C. So these are USB-C, and just stick that back in there. And these have Nice little holders there to keep them from falling out. So taking these out, here's what that looks like. You see my ring light there. Now these, they go all the way around like that, and they stop there, but that's a bit more than the Amazon one, I believe. See, that stops there and only goes that. So this one folds a lot more. And then the Swift Audio goes around that much. Oh, let's use the, so it looks like our winner is the new B here because that has many more options for orientation there. They're all sturdy. That just feels nice. That feels okay. That feels okay. I think the most sturdy and most held together is this one. It also looks like there's a screw there in case you want to undo it or tighten it a bit more, whereas the Amazon one does not. And the Swift Audio one does have a little screw there, I guess, to tighten it. But so far, I like this one the most in general. In case of feeling, the Swift Audio one definitely feels the cheapest. It's the lightest. It's got this shiny plastic, and then it has the metal here, the green. Not great. Comparing these two, around the same weight. I'm thinking the Amazon Basics one is actually heavier. That might indicate a longer battery life. But they're pretty close. All right, so now we're gonna plug these in one by one. So this is the Donner M3 amp here. It's a travel amp. It's relatively inexpensive. It has a tiny bit of noise that we can say comes from the amp and not from the transmitters and receivers. Look at all these. So putting these aside, we don't want to mix and match because these don't transmit to the wrong ones. All right, using our Ertz guitar, look how light that is. Check that out. And then we'll use the Schecter bass over there because sometimes using guitar and using bass are different. These say that they're for guitar. Sometimes they work great with bass and sometimes a little less so. So what do we start with? Let's start with the Amazon Basics one. Here we go. This is the receiver, so this will plug into the amp. So turn on the amp. This one uses battery, so I don't need to plug it into the wall. The receiver, make sure it's on, and it is on channel 1. Plug that in there. Now we have our transmitter. Turn that on. It is on channel 1. Plug that in here. Now, I don't like it to be super obtrusive, so let's see if we can fold it down there. It sticks out still a little bit, so fold it the other way. There we go. And it lies flat against there. That's why I kind of like this design, because you could just have it lie flat there and it's completely invisible, kind of. All right, let's see. Not hearing any noise. Don't make fun of me too much. Here we go. All right, that sounds okay. Turn on the drive. And then we had that bit of extra noise from the drive there. But it does its job. Sounding okay. Let's move on. Let's take that out, plug it into the bass real quick. I don't know if you can see my cat over there. All right. Plug this in. And it folds up just like that. We are getting that noise. I think it's something to do with the bass because whenever I did this with another transmitter, and it always had that little whine. And it's always when it's angled a certain way. It looks like a specific orientation has more whine and less whine. Either way, let's try it out. So it works. It starts to get distortion around the middle. drive. You can definitely hear that whining. Let's see if we can. Not great. Maybe it's not great for bass. Interesting. Well, okay, enough of that. We'll use the next one. You can kind of get an idea of how these compare to each other. Take that out, stick my bass over here for now. All right, and that's the Amazon Basics one. I do like that they have multiple channels to go with. There is some line with the bass. It works great with the guitar. Now the distance for all of them are going to be maybe 30 yards to 50 yards. That's an estimation. They don't say exactly. I believe so the WS50 Blackwing from Swift Audio does say 30 to 50 meters. So that's a pretty far distance. I obviously don't have that amount of space in here, but that works pretty well. Let's move over a bit this way. All right, so turning these off. I do like how like understated these are. These are the only ones that are pure matte plastic, and they feel weighty and solid. Next up, the Swift Audio, which so far are my least favorite, just because they're pretty much the biggest, the shiniest, and the lightest. Oh, I'm still holding that one. There we go. I grabbed the wrong one. All right, so it looks like to turn these on, we just hold these buttons for a second, and they're both green, and that one's blinking, and it looks like it's connected. So it blinks when it's connecting, and then it goes like that. All right, so this one is the receiver here, and this one's the transmitter. So plug that in there. And this one folds not great, and it has like that green light there, which shows that it's on, but I'm not loving the green light, and it folds back that way. So plugging it into here. We're not going to play a whole song, we're just going to play a few notes just to see that it works okay. It doesn't seem to want to fold down. It's extra long, see? So it doesn't even lie flush with the bottom there. It kind of knocks up against it, which is fine. Like, most guitars won't be able to do this anyway. But we can kind of have it out of the way like that. There we go. And then turn the amp on. Make sure our drive is off for now. Not hearing any noise. Okay, drive. And this is that noise, but that's just from the drive. All right, sounds fine. Let's move on to the bass. Take this out. Move that back there. Plug this in here. Let's see if we have the same problem as with the first one with the orientation, because then we can confirm that it's the bass and not the transmitters themselves. That is a lot of noise. I mean, that's the drive, so we'll turn that off for a second. But that's still the most amount of noise so far. Does it change orientation? Oh. We're not getting that whine from any orientation here. But we're still getting that background noise, that extra background noise. Let's play. Oh, that gets distorted pretty quickly. So here's the yeah, see, like, if I barely put any energy into it, it distorts. Whereas the other one, you got a normal note up until a lot of extra energy went into it. See, this is what it's supposed to sound like. But then if I put a little bit more energy into it, it distorts. All right, let's try drive, getting that extra noise. And with the drive, it's not really noticeable with the noise there. And we're not getting that whine, but I'm definitely not liking how it distorts really at really low energies. It feels like it wouldn't go well with any effects that you might have on the amp. It distorts the signal too much. So it works with guitar okay, not great with bass. So far, not loving this guy, but it works. All right, turning these off, we're gonna go to our last one. Put these aside for now. And then we have the Nue-B transmitter and receiver. Here is our transmitter, here's our receiver. We'll make sure that this is on. These are paired. The lights are blinking, the green lights are blinking, and now they're solid green, so they're paired. All right, and then it has the battery indicator on the front. You can see barely that blue LED, and then if there's less battery, there'll be one fewer, etc., etc. And then there's the USB-C port, but nothing out of the ordinary here. Transmitter, and then this is the receiver, so I'll plug that in there. When you lie it flush, look at that. I like that. And then fold back down just that way. It does have this, whoop, touch that. All right, plugging that in there. And then we like how that lies flush. It's a pretty small one. I think the Amazon Basics is the smallest so far, just by length. It's the most dense, and then this one is the second, and then the Swift Audio is the third. It sounds, I might be imagining it, it does sound like this might be like the cleanest signal, but I can't tell. We'll see when it gets to the bass. Okay, good enough. Seems average. All right, plugging this into the bass. This is where the real test begins. Do we get that whine? Let's see. We do. There's that whine from the Amazon Basics one. So far, the Swift Audio doesn't have that whine. The other two do. But let's see if we can turn that around. Okay, no whine there, and it's still lying flush like that. Let's see what distortion we get. So drive is off. Okay, this is a normal plucking. Give more energy. There it is. There. I say that's on par with the Amazon, maybe a little bit better. I have to put a little bit more force into it to get that distortion. And then it cleans up pretty well. Let's try drive. There's that noise. I feel like the signal is a little bit cleaner than the others, but I might be just imagining things. Okay, that's good for that. This video has gone on long enough. So comparing these, let's take this out for now. Just put that aside. One last look. Yeah. Comparing all of these, let's just let's turn this one off for a second. The transmitters of each. There we go, transmitter and transmitter. All right. This is the Amazon Basics one. I think it holds its own pretty well. It has multiple channels, which is great. Doesn't come with a case. That's okay. It's the smallest. It's the densest. I think it feels the sturdiest. It feels like it's the highest quality. The plastic is nice. Now, the plastic on this one is okay, too. I don't love the gloss on it. I don't like the gloss on this one. I just don't like this one very much. It's the only one that doesn't have that whine. It might have something to do with the bass, but it's the only one that didn't. It's also extra longer. It has kind of this extra curve on it, like it's trying to be hip and cool, but just keep it simple. It's like that, a little brick, that's fine. than that one. This one also has I think the worst, no, it's on par with that in that it can kind of fold over like that. This one has the best ability to just have any angle. It folds all the way that way, then it folds all the way that way. So that's nice. This is also the only one with USB-C and a case and the extra picks. So definitely if I were to choose between them, I'd go between the Amazon Basics one and the New B one. Maybe the Amazon Basics one wins out because of the extra channels, but I also like the case. I don't know. I kind of like them. I don't like how shiny this one is because of how many fingerprints gets on it, and it gets kind of weird. And then also, this one has a big transmitter on the front. This one, itty bitty little font there. You kind of have to, which is the transmitter? Is it this one? Yeah, it is. This one just has a big word, keeps it simple, nice design. This one just it is pretty sturdy, and there is that screw to tighten it, but I don't see there really being an issue over here. And you are able to pry this apart if you want. It looks like there's some really small hex screws over there. But otherwise, that's everything to do with the transmitters and receivers that I can think of. Let me know what you guys think. I know this went on a bit long, but I think I covered a lot to do with these transmitters. If you want to go between them, I suggest either these two. If you're trying to save some money, I think the Amazon Basics one is a little bit cheaper. But if you want some extra features like USB-C or faster charging and you want some extra picks and you want that carrying case, you can go with this one. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Peace.
So playing with like a cable like this, it's pretty cool. But today I'm here with the Positive Grid Spark Link, and I'm testing it with my Positive Grid Spark 2, but you can use this with any type of amp, of course. And this will give you a wireless guitar system, so I'm very eager to test this out. So let's open this up. Get our trusty little scissors here. Okay, so that opens up right there. It's a nice little cardboard box. I really like the design they did here, because it's so modern, and then you have this like this cardboard right here. I think that's a nice design choice for something so modern. Okay, so this opens up. Quick start guide you get in there, and then the link system right here. You have your charging cable, which is cool, and then the two links are right here. So let's open those. I'm hoping these are charged right out of the box, so we can immediately start listening to these. So let's try that. Okay, so you have one sender and one receiver, and both have USB-C charging port right there, and you can move this around, so I think that's also nice, so it doesn't get in the way or anything, or you have to like extend this way up. And it also has this gold and black color, and it matches like the Spark ecosystem here with this Spark 2. So let's hook this up. Okay, so it does turn on immediately, so that's pretty handy. And let's turn them both on. So now we can click this into the amp. You can have it upright, or then move that around just a little so it isn't in the way. You can do the same here with the other plug. Yeah, so that's already connected, it seems. And then move this all the way over here to the side of the guitar. So I think that's pretty cool to have that option. This out of the way, so now I'm connected through the links right here. You can see that. Yep. Yeah, so that immediately works. There's no lag at all here. No lag at all, and you can definitely use this with any amp. So it's just a wireless system here. I'm just using this with the Positive Grid Spark 2 because I love Positive Grid and their different amps that they have. So with this link, you can now really use this on stage or anywhere and just move around without there being any cables. So I really love that. Really recommend.